I said, when you say just such a thing as good, aren't you assuming there's such a thing as evil? That is correct, he said. I said, when you say there's such a thing as evil, aren't you assuming there's such a thing as a moral law on the basis of which to differentiate between good and evil? When you say there's such a thing as evil, aren't you assuming there's such a thing as good? He said, yes. I said, when you say there's such a thing as good, aren't you assuming there's such a thing as a moral law on the basis of which to differentiate between good and evil? He accepted that. And I said, but if you posit such a thing as a moral law, you must posit a moral lawgiver, but that's whom you're trying to disprove, sir, and not prove. If there's no moral lawgiver, there's no moral law. If there's no moral law, there's no good. If there's no good, there's no evil. What is your question? You see what I mean? And the truth is, they smuggle in their assumptions. Yes. Because it is unlivable, as I said earlier on. And in the Q&A, he stood there right in front in the Harvard audience. I said, you've just bought into my worldview. He said, I guess so. You see, Jim, the question self-destructs unless there is a God. So what you have to demonstrate is, how with God who exists in this universe can you explain the reality of evil? And that, of course, takes you all the way to the cross, and how in the message of the cross, evil was dealt with, forgiveness was offered, and the life of Christ comes and now lives within me to counter evil, to live for the good, and stop the force of evil around us. Outside of God, not only is there no answer, even the question is not valid. With God, the question is valid, and with the cross, the answer is effective.